Although depicted as a horrible, dirty time in British history, the Victorian era was one of great expansion for Britain. A large empire, extreme wealth, and something even modern-day Brits would hope for in a stable government. All of this played a large part in Britain's superpower status under Her Majesty Queen Victoria. When it came to inventions, the Victorians certainly knew what they were doing. The telephone, sewing machine, and even the first pedal-driven bicycle are just a few examples. However, the photograph is without a doubt one of, if not the most influential invention of which they were involved. In 1827, Joseph Nicephorine Niepce created images on bitumen. But it wasn't until 3 weeks later that Englishman Foxtel Bott discovered a way to transfer the images to paper. The picture would usually take 20 to 60 seconds to do, and would rely on the individual sitting or standing completely still for it to come out clear. This meant portraits were the norm for photos. One type of photography done by the Victorians was known as death photography. This was the act of photographing a recently deceased individual. Taking a photograph of any dead body, regardless of circumstance, would be considered an extreme act of deviance in modern society. So why did the Victorians engage in this rather strange practice? Although at times, children were forced to pose for a picture alongside one of their deceased older relatives, it was largely the norm that the deceased individual in the photos was of a younger age. When you keep in mind the thought that back in Victorian Britain, very few children would have had the opportunity for their photo to be taken, it's easy to see that a death photography was done so that families felt they had some sort of permanent memory of their loved ones. So although to us these images come across as eerie or a little creepy, to those in the 1800s, these images gave them the ability to keep their loved ones close for eternity. So when and why did it stop? It's believed that death photography was pretty much stopped by the 1930s, with the main reason for this being that by that time period, families would usually already possess a picture of their child before their death, and would therefore not need to take a photo of them post-mortem.